Brandon from 90 Day Fiance just shared a health update about his dad, Ron's health. And guys, there was definitely something going on. Guys, if you don't already know, on the part 1 of the 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After Tell-All, Brandon shared some news, and so did, actually, I was honestly kind of more so Betty, Brandon's mom, shared some news that Ron, her husband, Brandon's dad, is going through some health stuff, but they didn't really want to specify what is exactly going on. Well, Brandon kind of gave us a little bit of an update. He shared this right there, saying, "Thank you for all worrying about my dad. We appreciate it. He's doing okay, but he doesn't want to talk about it, and we will not either." I don't know what in God's name is going on. All I know is he's doing some treatments of some sort, and he truly believes he's going to have a fully on perfect recovery. I hope to God that is the case. Hope that's the truth. Betty hasn't been sharing much. The only thing Betty's really been sharing is people have been commenting a ton on her Instagram saying that we're praying for Ron, and she just says thank you and sending hearts and all that kind of stuff. It's really sad. I think honestly there is something more so going on. I don't know if I don't want to start putting out, that it could be this or it could be that, but either way you slice it or dice it, I think, these are people. I don't think they're being very dramatic. Me personally, I think they're just being honest, and it doesn't sound like it's going very good. And I think Ron, because Ron was asked by Sean, the host of the Tell-All, she was kind of being a bit too nosy, I thought, to the point where Brandon actually ran off the stage, come to find out. But more on that in a minute. She was kind of trying to pick and poke and get Ron to say exactly what's going on. Clearly, he's not comfortable, and clearly he doesn't want to. And finally, she kind of just shut up. But my whole point is, he was being pretty optimistic. He was saying he's going to have a full-on recovery. But even Brandon just said right there, he's only doing okay. Now, I'm not wishing him ill or anything like that. My whole point is, I think it's a bit more serious than Ron is really letting on. However, I love his optimism, and I really hope the best for him. I know not everyone loves Ron and Betty and Brandon and Julia, but at the end of the day, like I said, they're people. It's a stupid reality TV show, and we really all, at least in my opinion, should wish them all just good health and happiness and all that kind of stuff, and I really hope to God he's going to be okay. I mean, just looking at him in this picture, he doesn't look bad. It's just, honestly, his hair looks really long, and I don't know. I don't even want to comment what could possibly be going on with him. I have no idea. Don't want to think about it. Don't want to comment on it. I hope the guy's going to be okay, and that is that. And while we are talking about Brandon and Julia, really quick, they kind of left it on an unweird note of we don't really know where obviously they are still together without a doubt, but there were these other notes with them where it was kind of like we didn't really know where they left off, and Julia did share on Instagram immediately after the tell-all was done, saying this right there: "The second season of our history has ended, and you understand how quickly time flies. We have big plans for the near future, and you will see soon. We are not perfect. We are who we are. We are real. We never try to play the role of another person. We send vibrations, love, but for those who write nasty things, we will send you pig stuff." So anyway, that's Julia, always joking. The only thing to me that kind of caught my attention why I wanted to share it with you guys is she claims that she has big things coming soon, and we are going to see it soon. So what are Brandon and Julia working on, doing? Are they, moving? I have no idea. Are they trying to have a kid? I have absolutely no idea what is going on behind the scenes. But honestly, guys, I'm actually pretty excited. So guys, I will comment below if anything else comes out with Brandon's dad or anything. But either way, like I said, put in the comments below. Please send out some good energy. And if you have a negative thought or anything like that with this whole, Brandon's dad, Ron situation, please just keep it to yourself. I have no interest hearing it, and I'm sure the majority of everyone watching this video also doesn't want to hear it either. Well, guys, while we are talking about 90 Day Fiance, I did want to mention a couple other quick things. One other thing is everyone has been asking me, do I have an update with Angela and Michael? Because if you didn't know, in the part 2 of the tell-all, a couple days ago, Angela stormed off stage and said that her and Michael are done and it is over. She's gonna live her life as a single woman, and we had no confirmation what exactly is going on. The only thing I can tell you guys is I have 2 forms of pretty hard evidence that they are still together. The first one is she literally just posted on Instagram. If you don't know, her and Michael do share an Instagram, probably because she wouldn't let Michael make his own. Either way, they do share it on Instagram, and on it, just like a day or so ago, she posted this right here, saying, "Kindly disregard this page and report it's not me." And it's an Instagram that is pretending to be Michael. So, okay, that must have come from Michael. If the account says this is not me, and the account is pretending to be Michael, it's obviously coming from Michael, meaning Michael posted that on, Angela's joint account with him, which tells me they are still together. Now, I could be wrong, but a couple other forms of proof is this. On August 1st, Angela, whoever, posted a picture of Michael, and the tell-all was filmed before that, so that once again tells me like, oh, they're probably still together. But honestly, guys, the final icing on the cake for me is this. And I've told this story in other videos, but I'm just gonna say it one last time real quick, and then we can just move on. We can all just assume for the time being that Angela and Michael had that fight on the tell-all, but now in present day, they're either back together, or they're making it work, or something else, because I'm so confident, you guys, they are back together. Just about 100% confident. This is the deal. A couple weeks ago, this was for sure after the tell-all was filmed, Angela went out with Colt's mother, Debbie, and Nick Hogan, and Nick Hogan, I guess, has this lady named Tana something. They all went out together, and I posted a video on Instagram talking about how Angela was being a little bit touchy and flirty with Nick Hogan, and this Tana lady immediately reached out to me and told me off. Shocker, someone else that can't stand me, and she told me off, and she said that, honestly, she goes, Michael was there the entire time on FaceTime, and we were all having a good time, the four of us technically. Okay, so if he was FaceTiming Angela, having a good time, they were all laughing, it was all fun and games, that just confirms it right there then, you guys, in present day, because that happened after the tell-all was filmed. They are likely 100% still together. So Angela and Michael, I think we can all just 100% confirm that yes, to some degree they are together. We're gonna have to wait and see. I can almost guarantee you guys she'll be back on 90 Day Fiance. I don't know to what regard. Maybe back on Pillow Talk, maybe back on Happily Ever After, maybe back on a different spinoff. But one way or another, I'm almost positive Angela and probably Michael will be back on 90 Day Fiance. All right, guys, now before I sign off for the day, there's one last thing I want to mention, and that is one of my very loyal and sweet and kind and nice subscribers for quite some time, like probably going on a year and a half, 2 years, which is crazy to say, but a very close subscriber of mine reached out to me who I do trust, and she shared that she kind of had some scoop through another person, so it was down the grapevine, I will say, so we can't confirm 100%, but this person is very reliable and very nice and very trustworthy, and this person did share with me that she, through the grapevine, knows someone that actually kind of knows the podcast family, and it sounds like what might be going on is actually that Charlie, the podcast, has some issues with addiction and whatnot, and he kind of fell off the wagon while they were filming the show, and that is why he is not working with the dad anymore, and it makes total sense. Because if you don't know, in like 2006, so quite a while ago, he had some run-ins with the law with some, partying stuff, if you know what I'm talking about. Just, yeah, some white stuff. Yeah, so he had some run-ins with that, and it kind of honestly makes total sense because at the beginning of the season, he was looking relatively normal-ish, and he honestly lost a lot of weight too. I wonder if that has anything to do with the weight, but either way, it just seems like he was starting off okay. He seemed pretty stable and pretty normal and nothing too crazy, but as the season progressed, his anger, him slurring his words. Like, back the last episode we saw of him where they were fighting, he couldn't say his words, they were slurring, he wasn't making much sense, and I don't wish him bad, like I really don't. I'm not a fan of him, but I obviously wish the guy good or whatever, but when I heard that, I was like, oh, that would actually kind of make sense. So we can't sit here and confirm anything. We really have no idea. We cannot say 100%, but that is the rumor on the street, that he kind of has an addiction problem, and during the season, he fell off the wagon, and that is just that, and that is kind of what stemmed him not being able to work with his dad. And to me, you guys, it makes sense why now Jen is not really close to him, and Becky, she's not talking to him. Like, that to me makes 100% perfect sense why all that stuff's going on. So, sad situation. I obviously wish him well. I'm not his biggest fan whatsoever, but of course, I don't wish anyone harm. We do all wish him well, even though not a big fan of him. But either way, you guys, 90 Day Fiance, put in the comments what you guys think. Sad news with Ron. If we hear anything else, I will definitely let you guys know, but it is very unfortunate, very sad. And what I did want to mention at the beginning of the video is we did get to see a bonus clip on Brandon's Instagram you can check out for yourself. It didn't make it to the 90 Day Fiance tell-all, but it was just a bonus scene, I guess, where Sean was really trying to poke and question, and finally Brandon just stood up and he walked out the door because he didn't want to answer those ridiculous questions anymore. And honestly, you guys, I don't blame him. She was being way too nosy. She was just being, yeah, it was just rude to me. To me, it was rude. Brandon even made a comment. He said, we don't want to talk about this, but she still kept asking. And that's why when I do interviews, I always try to just kind of, I'll always tell the person too, if you don't want to answer something, just let me know in advance and we'll just totally skip over it. We don't have to, comment on it. But it's her job, I get it, but this health to me, health is like such a serious note, and if they're not comfortable talking about it, it's like, don't really even bother. But that is just my thoughts. I'm not Sean. I can't comment. Well, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Please hit that like button, hit the comments below, and y'all better stay tuned for many more videos.